Have you ever wanted to get into adorning and transmuting but just didn't know how? Well, hang out, we'll tell you everything you need to know to get started. Transmuting is the act of breaking down armor, weapons, and skills into base components that can be used to make adornments. The items you can get are fragments, powders, essences, and manas. What resource you get is based on the tier of the item. If you're trying to transmute an item that's above your skill level, you'll get a message that says you can't do it and you need to raise your skill. Getting the items to begin with is one of the hardest parts. You'll want to do this one of three ways. You can get them from drops, quests, or the broker. While the first two options only require you to go to the correct tier zone, the broker will require you to set filters and search for the correct item. The kind of items that can be broken down are weapons, armor including mastercrafted, adepts, and mastercrafted skills. Mastercrafted items have a high chance of giving you an essence or mana. These can be broken down into fragments or powders to better assist with leveling. Every day you'll be allowed to do 3 quests. One for adorning, one for transmuting, and one for tinkering. These are called trade skill daily quests, and they allow you to once a day upgrade your tinkering, adorning, and transmuting without the need of your own materials as they are provided. These also increase your trade skill level a significant amount. One thing to remember about adorning and tinkering is that you don't actually have to finish the combine to get a skill up. As long as it's within the proper level range, you'll get a point, even if you stop the combined after you pass the first line. Though you may think you can exploit the system by just canceling the quest and getting it again, this does not work for dailies. If you delete the quest, it will not come back until the next day. As we spoke about before, you only need to complete one line to get the skill up. The simple workbench has this in mind, as it only shows one line. But if you're using a regular workbench, all you have to do is finish the first line and then hit stop. You will still have a chance to get a skill up and whatever reward is shown. Building out your crafting gear is the hallmark of a good artisan. Adornments and transmuting are no exception. Once you can get it, you want to get the artisan's cloak of the far seas. Also, no collection could be complete without the Koldane prayer shell. And while the Othmir shell armor is good, you can also achieve the same result and better with a full set of Far Seas trader gear. This armor has recently had adornments added to it, but when all 7 are worn, it gives you a special buff. So if you got yours a while ago, it might be a good idea to purchase it again. The next adorning item to look for is the Amulet of Ethanir. You can get this by doing the Ethanir trade skill line. All of the Far Seas trader gear can be purchased at any Far Seas merchant. Now let's talk about transmuting gear. Next up we have the Tradesman's Earring. This can be acquired at the end of the trade skill missions that start on the Isle of Mara. The Tradesman's Tool Belt can be purchased at any of the Far Seas traders merchants. And of course the Earring of the Solstice, which is lovingly called the Artisan Epic. The Cloak of the Harvester is a good item to get in general, but it's also great as a transmuting item. There are varied mounts you can get from the Far Seas Trading Company based on your faction, the best being the Far Seas Pack Pegasus. These can be purchased from any Far Seas Trading Company merchant. After level 95 on your trade skill level, you'll be able to put 40 points in adorning and tinkering and transmuting. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, or follow if you enjoy the content. Also, here's some other videos you might find interesting. If you'd like to support my work, please consider donating, buying some merchandise, or join Patreon. Thanks.